Hello, Teaquilters. Today is Wednesday, November 9th, 2022, and we're here to do live sewing chat. So let me pull you all up on my phone here so I can read the chat and give people a couple of minutes to actually get into the room. Let's see. All right. I think we got it. Just got to wait for the ad. Okay. So, um, let's see. Go back out here and get this chat. All right. So thank you everybody for coming today. We'll be waiting another minute or so for other people to get into the room. Today I don't have anything on my agenda. I'm actually working on other projects. And so I will talk about that. Got a couple things in the mail that I had told you all that I ordered. So I just thought I'd share that. So let's see who's here. Got Selena Haffenden saying hello, early birds. Cook Gal says hi to everyone, waving, just listening today. Don says hello, T and fellow quilters. Brenda Foley, hello, T and friends. And Geraldine Lima says, good evening, everyone. I'm working on some blocks from a shop last weekend, so that's cool. I've been trying to organize the blocks that I got from the shop hop. Carrie Richard says, hi, T and quilting friends. So like that. Hello, Mrs. T and all T quilting friends from So like that. Kevin the quilter is here. Evening, Miss T and all T quilters. And got Craft with Love 55 saying greetings, T and all. Jason Lewis is here. Good evening, Miss T and quilty friends from Jason Pearl Medina. Hello, Miss T and fellow quilters from Moreno Valley, California. Sue GSD. Hello, T and fellow quilters. Beautiful evening in St. Louis. Please pay the rent. Thanks, Sue. And Deborah Holloway says, good evening, T and T quilters. Shirley Peters. Good evening, everyone. Happy Wednesday. And Francis Jackson's hello, T and all T quilters. Sharon Lewis, hi, T and quilters, listening in from Israel on a church pilgrimage. She says, I couldn't sleep. It's 3 a.m. here. Oh my gosh. Ooh wee. It's hard when you go to another country and then you're on a whole nother different time schedule. Mary Holloway says hi, T and T quilters. And Selena saying hi back. And Don's talking to Sharon. And so is Brenda. And Selena saying, good to catch you again from Australia. Yes. That's pretty cool. So, let me see. I got to get rid of some stuff on that's popping up. That shouldn't be doing that on this phone because it's not even hooked up to anything. I just have it hooked up to my Wi-Fi for so I can read the chats. This is not even a working phone. Kathleen Champs here saying, hey T. Wash your hands. Hello all. Thumbs up. Thank you, Wash Your Hands, for reminding people to hit the thumbs up button. Vivian Cabby is here saying hi T and everyone. And Delia Short saying hi T and everyone. So yes, I just have I have nothing really to talk about today. And I've been so busy doing other stuff. One thing I will share is that my daughter's had her baby shower on Sunday. I guess we talked last on Saturday, so we may as well start with Sunday. She had a baby shower. She rented a venue It was really nice. The decorations my daughter did was really nice. She ordered in food. My family normally does the food, but she made it so that the family wouldn't have to be worried about cooking anything and bringing stuff. And it was really nice to do that for a change as well. So, what else did we do? Sunday. Oh, baby shower. Still, that's all we did on Sunday was the baby shower. Actually, had one of her line dancing friends. They call themselves sisters, and she came from Detroit. So I actually went and picked her up from the hotel. She kind of surprised Stephania to, or Steffi, as I should say, Steffi, to come to St. Louis. But that was pretty cool. So I had to pick her up from the hotel, and the baby shower was a real success. It was. She was expecting 70 people. The venue was set up for more than 70, so I'm not really sure how many were there, but I would say it was at least 50, somewhere in that neighborhood. I didn't do a head count, but most of the tables had all the tables had somebody at them, and most of them were filled by groups of how she kind of knew people. So, um, very successful. She got a lot of stuff. So I packed. She had two SUVs full of stuff that we had to get home. So she went home. I went home because it was late when we left the place, about 8:30 p.m. And I told her to leave everything in her car, and I'll come back on Monday and unpack her stuff and unpack the car. So my husband and I go and unpack her car, unpack my car. And then I decided, you know what, since we got all this stuff here, I may as well go ahead and sort this stuff. So I did the sorting of clothes by size, types of things that she got, all Pampers by size, all um, like bottles, and put sheets and blankets and stuff like that together. Um, any bags, like, diaper bags and stuff. I grouped everything together so she could decide. We had some duplicates in clothing. We had some duplicates in play activity type sets. And so she was deciding what she was going to keep and what she was going to take back. Soon as I got it unsorted, my niece happened to come over too during the interim of me sorting. And so she helped sort. And then both of them took the stuff back to respective stores that would take it, even though some of it came off Amazon. They ended up taking it back to Target and Kmart, because those stores, you don't have to have a receipt. Long as they sell it, they'll give you a store credit, which is what I told her to get and not spend it, because she basically has everything she needs for the first year of that baby's life, just about. And she just needs to, she's gonna uh, do half breastfeeding, half formula. And so she just needs to buy formula. So formula is expensive. I tried to tell her, but she's not sure. She's trying to make sure that if she doesn't produce enough milk, that her baby will have the nutrients that it needs. So her doctor also recommended that she um supplement half formula. So that'll be good too, because then we'll have bottle feeding as well. So when somebody has to keep this kid, it's not just breastfed only. So so but we had a great time at the shower. It was really nice. We took a lot of pictures. I just only put up a few of them on my Facebook and my Facebook group page and personal page. So, but we had a great time. It was a long day, and then Monday was a long day too. And then yesterday, I was so tired. I just sat down and did nothing. I did absolutely nothing. I think I went to the post office, dropped off some orders, and I was so tired. I was dozing off and on throughout the day. I can't remember what I did yesterday. I Today I quilted a baby quilt. I got it over there. I'll show you that. It's a customer's quilt. I actually put the border on it. So that's what I did yesterday. I put the border on a quilt, and then this is from my 98. I don't know if she's 98 or 96, y'all. It's one of them. But my senior quilter, she had some her eyesight isn't as good as it used to be, so she had some seams that were coming apart, so I was repairing those before I put the border on it. So I cut the border, got that on there, and then today I quilted it, and I just got it off of my quilting frame, and I made the binding today. So progressing a little bit on some of everything, trying to get some customer quilts done. And she needs this quilt probably by the middle of the month, something like that. But I told her I'd get it to her this week. So let's see who else has come in. Let's see. Let's see. How far back do I have to go? I think it's See Joy Creations. Do we have two Deborah Holloways in here? Is that what I'm trying to get? Hold on. Oh, Mary Holloway is talking to Deborah Holloway. That's what's going on. Heather is here. Debt Free Quilter saying, hey, hey. Cedra Creations. Hi, T and everyone. Margaret Dearden saying, hello, quilters. Don saying, congrats to your daughter. When is baby due, boy or girl? It's a girl. And baby is due the first week in January, but her doctor said it could also come like the last week of December. So we'll see if she's early or not. She's got a January 6th due date. Judy Smith is here. And see, Joy says, I'm so happy the baby shower was a success. Um, you know, she's I don't know where my daughter's been. I'm sure she's been to a lot of baby showers, but for some reason, I don't know if it's because her hormones are all messed up, but she was so surprised and overwhelmed that so many people bought her so much stuff. But people tend to do that for somebody's first baby. And then she had the nerve to ask, do they do this on the second one too? I said, no, not really, unless you have a boy. And then I said, the most that you would get at that point would be like boy clothing. But she didn't understand that, like most times, people, when you have your first shower, it's normally your biggest shower because you tend to save everything and use it if you're planning to have a second. And she's not planning to have a second. So I don't even know why she asked that question. She couldn't decide if she wanted one, okay? So that was pretty funny, but she was overwhelmed. June Hansen says, hi, T and everyone. Remo says, good evening, Miss T and Quilters. Craft with love. T saw the pictures on Facebook. Your daughter is very beautiful. Thank you so much. Remo's reminding people to hit the thumbs up and show some love. Thank you, Remo. Appreciate that. T. Roberts saying good evening, all. Kathleen says, T, your hair looks great. Thank you. I hardly ever have my hair down just because I don't really go anywhere but to the post office, the grocery store, Sam's, and the service station. So I have no reason to do anything super fancy. So I tend to just leave my hair up. But it's been down because of my daughter's shower. So I'm just letting it do what it do until I need to wash it. Sheila Willis saying, good evening, Tea and Quilters. Cynthia Shea, good evening to all from Chicago. Did you make a quilt for your grandbaby? That's Don. If you were in the Facebook group, you should have seen the photo of the quilt that Kevin made. And then I did the quilting. I made the back. And then Kevin did the binding and the label on the back. I chose not to, and Kevin was really concerned about this as well. I chose not to make my quilt for my grandbaby because my daughter is real particular. And I've learned this long time ago when I've had prom dresses made for my daughter. I always hire somebody else to do those type things. And I didn't have to hire anybody this time because I had a good friend. She said she wanted elephants, and Kevin had just made me that elephant quilt that was very colorful. with the African print. So what I did was I asked him if he wanted to make it, and he was trying not to do it because he thought that it would be more meaningful for me if the first quilt the baby had came from me. I said this baby's gonna have a whole lot of quilts, so I did the quilting, I did the backing. It was a partnership, so it's from both of us. So technically, yes, technically, no. But I'm okay with that. And the reason why I do that is because I find when I sew for my nieces, the younger crowd that are real particular about what they're going to wear, especially or what they want, they're real particular with me about fabric, the whole process. And it was so funny for somebody that was so particular. She wanted rose gold, no, rose pink is what she wanted, the color. And then when he showed her the stuff, she was like, she did kick out a few fabrics initially. And then when he went back with some other stuff, she was like, it's fine, just do what you want. Now, had that been me, she'd have been over here going through the stuff, pulling stuff out, picking this one, not picking that one. It would have been a whole chore to make this quilt. So I choose when I can, when I'm able to pass that type of stuff along to somebody else. Let them deal with that. And it's funny because they don't give them as much trouble as they would give me, being somebody that they really communicate with all the time. So that was my choice for sanity. That's what I did. Deborah Quilts is here. Hello, T and fellow quilters. Kathy D's Creative Chaos says hello from Charleston, West Virginia. Margaret Hassler says hi, T and everyone. If you're in Florida, be safe. So there must be some hurricanes or something out there. I haven't watched the news now in a long time. So, and my husband normally tells me what's going on, so he must not know about it either. Sherlock So says just popping in for a few minutes. Hello, everyone. Janice Miller, hello, T and T Quilters. And Carl Johnson, good evening to you, and I pray you get everything done. We all get tired at times. Yes, I'm trying to get stuff done, but it's like some days I just want to sit down and do nothing. Rhonda Barlow says, congrats, T, and hey, everybody. Thank you, Rhonda, and hello. The shower was beyond exquisite, just like Miss T. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Yeah, my daughter is something else. This was almost like going to a wedding reception, except that the buffet, you just served yourself. At first we were gonna serve the buffet, but they bought when you normally get food, you're not sure how much food somebody's gonna bring, but they had plenty of food and people were able to go back and get seconds. So yeah, it was almost like a wedding reception is what we went to. That's how my daughter set this all up. Okay. She's something else. I had 2 minions and was surprised with my minionette a couple years later. That's funny. I had nothing for a girl and donated or gave every away almost all of the boy clothes. Yeah. And if you're not expecting another one, that's kind of what you do, because why hold on to it? I do understand that. So Margaret says it's really exciting for you, T, waiting on your new bundle of joy to arrive. Yes. Sharon says the elephant quilt that she is holding is gorgeous. Yes, it's really pretty. Um, my daughter doesn't even know, probably hasn't done, doesn't really know to even look at the quilt in detail, but every elephant and every background was a different color that Kevin pulled. He is so particular about certain things that he makes, and he doesn't like using repeat fabrics. And so when he's making his blocks, he never does another block with the fabric that's in the current block that he's making. So it's got 9 elephants. So it's 18 fabrics right there without even counting anything else in the quilt. So, but I'm sure she hasn't noticed that. She did call me or text me this morning saying that she was getting ready to wash it so she can put it into a container so when the baby comes she'll be ready. Because and I my daughter knows from having so many quilts from me. You got so many people that are so afraid sometimes to use gift items like that that they're going to be destroyed. I'm like, girl, that quilt's well made. You can go ahead and use that quilt. But she knows that a lot of people don't use stuff and keep it as an heirloom. And then 10 years later, it still looks like a brand new quilt. No baby ever used it. So I'm glad that she knows that she can use it and she's prepared to use it, not just have it as a showpiece. So really, really cool. And Kevin goes to my yes. Kevin was very concerned about making the baby quilt, laughing out loud. Yep. Carol Johnson's here saying hello from Gainesville, Georgia. So hello and welcome. Appreciate you here. I'm planning on being in Georgia at the Modern Quilt Guild show. We'll see if it happens. That's my goal for next year. We'll see. I think the Modern Quilt Guild show is like March or something of that year. So that's what I'm hoping. I don't know where they're having it, but I hope it's not too far from Georgia. I'm hoping it's in Georgia somewhere, Atlanta, Georgia. The Atlanta, Georgia area, not Georgia. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm hoping it's in the Atlanta area of Georgia or suburb. Carrie says, I'm working on bowl cozies to sell at Craft Market on Saturday. So that's cool. They go pretty fast if you sit down and actually do them. Yeah. My two from the weekend are here. I finished one. I had 3. These 2 were the ones I needed to do. I had started sewing them and then I ran out of thread. So I stopped. I got to change the thread because I still got the bobbin case here. That's why it's there as a reminder. T says, your daughter is beautiful. Thank you so much. Silverita James. Hello, everyone. I sent my blocks out today, and I love the elephant baby quilt. Mary saying, where's the quilt? On Facebook. I posted it in the Facebook group. It is a beautiful quilt. Is this the stump pattern? Your daughter's beautiful. Yes, yes, it is. Has she picked a name yet? Nope. Hey, sis, and everyone, stay safe out there from my brother. T, why do you want to come to Atlanta, Georgia? I go to Atlanta sometimes. I have a very close friend that lives in Atlanta. So I know that when I go to Atlanta, if it's around Atlanta, I don't have to worry about where I'm going to stay. I don't have to pay for a hotel. And especially if they're in town. So, but yeah, that's why. And then I get to see my friend too. So that's the beauty of not having to work. I can go a day early, stay a day later, and visit with them, and go to the show. Okay, so it is downtown Atlanta. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's February instead of March. Oh my goodness. That's the week after my retreat. I'm going to have to think about that. Okay. I have a retreat, the President's Weekend every year. So yeah, I have to really, thanks for the dates, T. I appreciate that. Erling Butler is here saying hi, T, and all fellow quilters. So I brought this in here. I kept saying sewing machine parts online, and this place is just sewingpartsonline.com. That's the place where I ordered the cord for my Foth machine. They had 2 cords. One cord was about $13. Another cord was like $49.99. So of course I ordered the cheap cord. Like, and I don't have the cord in here. I've already taken it out. It came today, and I got it on my Foth sewing machine, and I got the machine turned on because that cord to me feels thinner than the cord that came with my brother machine. And so I just want to make sure that cord isn't going to get hot. So I've had it on now for about 3 hours. It came about 3 o'clock today. So I got stuff out of here and decided, yeah, I'm going to do that. So the other thing I got that was missing, there was a couple of things missing, was the large spool cap. So I'm hoping this will work on the machine for that, because I have a small and 2 mediums. So they just got missed somewhere. And then I ordered some generic fall bobbins. Now these things say they're blue. The ones that I have are white, but I'm hoping that they're still the same size. I have not checked these yet. All I'm doing at this point is checking to make sure that cord doesn't get hot. And then I'll have to wind some bobbins to check out the bobbins. So this may not be a bad idea. If they're all blue, then I can just go ahead and make these my regular piecing bobbins, and then the other 6 that I got can be for when I need colors, color thread on my bobbin. So I got those 3 things from sewingpartsonline.com. No affiliate with that, just was letting you all know where I got it. And they're out of Tennessee. It did take them, I probably ordered like over a week ago, or about a week ago, something like that. So it does take a while for stuff to get shipped. It took about maybe 2 or 3 days for them to ship, and then the regular shipping for them to send it. This was not priority, so it was under £1 because what I had in there was pretty light. And so it just came regular mail, so not priority mail. Hi, Janet Mackerel saying hello to all. Remo is reminding people to hit that thumbs up button as well. And then the other thing that came in is I told you all that Hancock's at one point had like a backing sale, and most of the times I go trying to get items from their backing sale, they're sold out, and I don't even have the price of what I paid. So let's see if I can go into my email, search for Hancock's, I guess. Yep. And I am not affiliated with them either, although I feel like I need to be. As many times as I tell you all what I got and you all go over there and get it. Okay, this is my order. They have a packing slip, but on packing slips, they don't usually have how much something costs. All right, so neither one of these are like great prices, but it was something that I liked, and they were below $22. Because if you all haven't been looking at backings, they're now costing $22 to $24 because the price of regular cotton is going up. So now the cost of backing fabrics are also going up. Backing fabrics can cost you anywhere from $18 to $24 per yard, depending on what it is that you're getting. So I saw 2 of them that were bright. Since I've been buying a whole lot of bright fabrics, I thought at some point I'm going to need something to go on the back. And so this one, everything I'm reading from Wilmington says essential. I don't know what that means. It's 100% cotton. And that's all that's on here. That's all they ever put on. When I was reading you all the stuff on the 45-inch fabric, that's all that they say. However, on the paper here, it says that this is palm leaves black multi, and I bought 3 yards of it, but it's from Wilmington Prints, and I guess I'll open it up a little bit. But yeah, I'm so confused with what they're doing. So it's very pretty. It's more pastels on the black, so I really like that. The big leaves are really nice. So it's a very pretty print. And then this one was not, like I said, the best price in the world, but it was cheaper than what I had been seeing going on the shop hops of things that I like. So it was $16 a yard. So I bought 3 yards of that. This next one is a Timeless Treasures print. I bought 4 yards of this one. This is the one that I really wanted. I ended up getting 4 yards at $13. And then my total order was $100 when I got through. 7 cents shy of $100. Okay. So I'll tell you what this is in a minute. Just want to show you the print here. These are again more on the pastel sides, which I think I just used one that has a pastel on the back, and I really like it. It's got like leaf impressions in here, and the paperwork says that this timeless treasures is called Whirlwind Tree Swirls. So they're calling, oh, I see it now. It looks like leaves on some, but I can see the tree right here. This blue, you can see the tree. Then you've kind of got this one that kind of look like an upside down heart, but that's a tree blowing in the wind, I guess. And I thought it was leaves. That's pretty cool. But some of them look like leaves and some of them look like they could be trees. So I got them because of the colors. So that's just something that I'll be putting up. And I think that's it for haul. I did not buy a whole lot of stuff. I did. I did and am in the process of placing order for a scrap club and Christmas gifts for my quilty friends. So yeah, I'm in the process of doing that. I find sometimes it's just easy. I walk around here and I'm looking at all the stuff and I'm like, I don't know what if I want to do. I don't know if I want to give it to scrap club. I don't know if I want to keep it for a retreat. And it just goes on and on and on. And so then I'm like, you know what? Just go order something for it. And then when it comes, don't put it with anything else. Use it for what you bought it for. So the hard part then would be picking out what I'm giving to my friends and what I'm giving to the scrap club. But so I'm in the process of doing that now. I placed one order and working on the second order. So you all won't be seeing that because most of my quilty friends watch this, but they don't tell me all the time that they watch until a topic comes up and I go, oh, they watching. So we won't have that on here. So unfortunately, they're pretty good size orders. So it's unfortunate that you won't see that. Let me go back and see where I left off. Thank you, Remo. Leighton says, Kevin and Miss T, beautiful collaboration on an elephant quilt for a beautiful daughter. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Maddie says, hi, T and everyone. Selena says, is Kevin T's husband? It's too funny. We get that all the time, though. Lena Dean says, good evening, Miss T and Teaquilt family. Reminding people also to thumbs up. So hello, Lena, and welcome. Earlene says she sent her blocks out yesterday. I almost couldn't get the 12 by 5 going on vacation tomorrow. Had to get my blocks done before I left. So that's pretty cool. I'll talk about that in a minute. No need to be sorry. I have been mistaken for her hubby before. Ask Miss T about the Mennonites in Iowa, laughing out loud. Now that's funny. It's not even that. We being Cracker Barrel cutting up so bad, and then we're like half threatening the other one. Better not do this. You better not do that. And I'm gonna do what I want. You can't tell me what to do. And then I go to the restroom, and a lady is like, your husband said blah 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 blah. She's in there telling on him, and I'm like, I just laughed and walked right on back out. We don't even try to correct it when we're out. We just keep going, unless like somebody like directly ask us and we're standing in like a quilt shop checking out or something like that, then we'll answer. But if it's just generic passing, nobody's like specifically asked if that's if we're spouses, we just keep it moving. We don't even care what people think. So, Deborah says, beautiful fabrics. I love the colors. Yes. That's her colors were pink, rose pink, gray, and then we had to add another neutral. So we added like light tan-ish color. Because I'm like, she got to have another color. But that's what she was going for. So white is what she really was doing. She wanted elephant themes, but she's also going to mix in other animals as well. But elephants is the main animal. Janice. People are saying welcome to Selena. So you all are really sweet, but that's what type of people we have here in the chats is people always are welcoming to the new people. So thank you guys for continuing to be friendly. Thanks, Don, saying beautiful backing fabrics. Let's see. Selena talking about she's laughing out loud and me laughing at her comment. She says, as an Aussie, I could listen to your Southern accent all day. Yes. And that's the thing. I am so confusing to people because I have a Southern accent because I was the first one in my family born in the Midwest. And when I was working in the office, I had to change it. Well, since I've been retired, it has completely come back. And yeah, I'm even lazy about words and things like that now that I wasn't lazy about when I was in the business setting. But since I've been home working for myself, it's like all of my countryness has come back. So yes. Yep. So yeah. So blocks. I did receive blocks. I now have blocks in from 5 people, including myself, Kevin, see, Deborah, Sam's Brown, because we got 2 Deborahs and 1 Deborah in the optional block group. But Deborah's blocks came, and Francis blocks came, and then Dee Dee Hanson's block came. So those are the people that 5 people whose blocks are here. So we are look like we're going to have a good showing for blocks. I'm really excited about this one because should be able to do 2 drawings again this month. 2 blocks are due instead of 1. And so but the great thing about it is that all the pieces are cut the same size. So that's pretty cool. So it makes it easy for cutting. It's just that you got to piece 2 blocks. So it's really nice. So I'm glad that the blocks are starting to come in and come in early. They did that last month as well. So I'm glad so that I'm not getting all of them at one time. So that's pretty cool. Lena, you need to look in the Teaquilts optional block group. The patterns, the links to the video, all of that has been posted. It won't be announced on my regular channel until the Wednesday after the 3rd Thursday, whatever date that is, which might be the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Could be. And Deborah saying she sent her blocks off on Monday, so that's cool. Hi, Claudette Bettis. Welcome to the chat. Hancock's of Paducah trying to get more money from me. They sending me notifications. But I'm not doing it. Phyllis G is here saying, hey, T and everyone. And then the other thing for the people that went to the previous retreat, I am still working with those people. So they got to the end of the month too. That's why I got my clipboard. I keep track of people when they're paying, so I know who's paid, and also optional blocks when they come in. So I have my little board here so I can keep track of what's going on. So let me I gotta take this off in order to I gotta cut it on in order to take off this case. I don't think I need to take it off. I had cleaned this Saturday before, so it's not a iota of fuzz in here, so I don't have to worry about that. Maybe I'll finish these blocks. And I did press all of those, laid those out so they're ready to be sewn. The optional blocks from last month. I guess I opened it up and put the bobbin in there, but didn't take one out. So yeah, I'm having that type of stuff. All I want to do is just relax and chill, and I got stuff to do. Can't relax. I did it yesterday after helping my daughter. I can't do it again. So no, I helped my daughter Monday. That's why I did stuff yesterday. I did the quilt yesterday, piece the quilt, and took breaks. Uh-oh, it popped out. Whew. I almost like taking my cover off so I can see down there. I did contact the guy who's whoops going to clean my machine. I went on Amazon and I did purchase a new needle thing for this machine. My needle threader broke. I don't know where it's at because it's not in any of my Benina stuff. So I'm not gonna order another one. I'll just have him fix it when he's ready. He says he's gonna be working with another shop, and he's gonna be working in another shop. And right now he's either working in people homes or he is picking up machines and taking them back to his place. So that's currently where he's at. So I just told him to put me on the list. And when he gets up to me, then I'll be taking this one out. And then I'll probably be sewing on that fall for a bit just to get comfortable with it. I already like it. I think I am going to be okay with that. Okay. Did I cut this off? I guess I did. I cut it on. I forgot I have to increase my stitch length when I'm stitching. It's like quilting, stitching through all of this batting. So, and I just need to stitch this one. So I'm kind of doing just miscellaneous stuff today. If anybody got any questions you want to ask, I'm doing that too. I did get a question that I haven't had a chance to respond to because I don't tend to respond to questions until I'm at my desktop and I don't have time to sit. um so the question was about what type of side clamps do I use on my long arm machine. And I used two side clamps, so I was a little bit confused. I used the actual clamps that came with the Gammo machine. So I'm using Gammo clamps, the clips. And then I also use the little, I use leader grip system for putting my backing on to my long arm. And so I'm also using leader grips side clamps. So I use them both. So I don't know which ones they were asking me about. So if you're listening, that's what it is. Leader grips or the Gammo clips. So I think I'm done with this. I just need to cut them apart. And so I just have a few more bowls. I think we're at 11 now. Not a few more, just 11. Went from 8 to 11. I do plan to cut some more. I got like more fabric already cut. They're just repeat fabrics of what I currently have here. But I do have other stuff cut to make more bowls. And or other fabrics to cut I got these cut ready to be sewn. And then I also have another stack of fabrics. I don't know how many that are ready to be cut. I don't even think I have the batting. And I think that's why I didn't cut. I ran out of scrap batting because that's what I do is I just sew batting from quilts together for these type things. Sometimes I get one where it's, it's doesn't have any seaming and other ones might have a seam. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 6 more here. And then somebody else did mention that Accuquilt came out or is coming out with one that will work on your go. It'll just be a little bit smaller. Um, because I think the largest die board that can go in there is 10 inches. I might be dreaming. I think the largest cut they have on the go is like 6-inch pieces. So I don't know if it's 10 or 8. But um you're welcome, Lena. Susie K here saying hi T and everyone. And Mona did what's here. Hi T and everyone. Phyllis saying what size template is or your bow cozy? Basically, you can make a bow cozy from a 12-inch square. Not a 12-inch square. You can make it from any size square you want, a 10-inch square, because most people would just use a layer cake. However, Accuquilt bow includes the seam allowance, so it's about 10.5 inches, somewhere in that neighborhood. Just slightly bigger. Thank you, Phyllis. Also reminding people to hit the thumbs up. And Linda C. Payne says, Madam So has jumbo clips. Found out about them at Matrapanto workshop. It's online. They sell $9.99 for 6. I don't know if those are the clips that you're going to be using on the end of your long arm that you put on the Velcro. So that it sticks to the side. We're talking about side clamps. I don't know if they're the same thing. I have the Go Big cozy die. It takes a 10-inch layer cake piece of fabric. Okay, I cut mine's probably 10.5 then. And then you can just make it out of a 10-inch square. So that's what I did. These are all die cut. And I'm not going to sew all of this right now. I'm just going to sew some darts. The darts are, to me, something that's, the most different part of this process. So I just like to just sew some darts. And I always backstitch at the start and the beginning. So I do like that I can die cut the pieces with my batting, and then I don't have to worry about lining it up. It's all ready to sew. And I had this stuff cut since May because I knew I was going to make them for family when I cut them for a retreat. So they've been cut and just stacked in a bag. I know that I cut mine's bigger. I think it must finish at 10 inches because I remember having to cut my fabric bigger than a layer cake in order to die cut it. But if you want to lay it on the die and just have it only cut the dart part in, then I guess that would be fine too. But I didn't want to be trying to sit there trying to lay it on the die perfectly. And then especially when I've got a piece of batting underneath that I'm cutting. I want to make sure it's in the right spot. So I cut my fabric a little bit bigger, and then whatever the die board said, I measure. I put a 1/4 inch around all of my pieces, and then I just measure. I measure what size piece of fabric I need to cut. I don't even read their instructions for what I need to cut. I just measure, make my own lines, and go from there. All right. I just keep these clipped together so I know what goes with what. And then I put the first one under and then clip it off from the chain. Yeah, these are the same fabric. So there are going to be some like exact duplicates But, if they want to match them, make them do match for their house, they can do that. Or if you want a bowl that's uniquely yours, they can do that too. Uh-oh, gonna cut in the wrong place. And I do like sewing from the inside of the dart out for some reason. Okay. Monty Peep says I thumb up. Pep says I thumbs ups on my way in. Hello from New Jersey. Hello, Monty. Um, Linda is saying I hope to get an Accuquilt Go for Christmas. The big clips or for quilting when you are sandwiching the no. I know then that's different than what I'm talking about because I don't use that. This person was asking me what did I use in my video, so I was just answering that question. That's not what I was talking about. I hope you get you a die cutting system. She said, sorry, just got on, not the clips you want for. Yeah. I didn't read it, so she already had it there. Lena says, on the Accuquilt Go 10-inch, I just bought the 12-inch house that they were doing for bed foot warmer. I didn't know I could purchase Accuquilt products from you. I don't know what she's saying because it's like messed up a little bit. She says, you mentioned that you sell Accuquilt products. Thank you. I'll try to order my next products from you. I don't actually sell Accuquilt products. What I am is an affiliate for Accuquilt. As someone who uses their product and you all are watching my channel, if you go into the video description of any of my videos in the last 2 years, for sure, since 2020, I have a link there and it's an affiliate link. And what it does is every time you enter the site from my link, I get a kickback from a sale. And that's, it has helped. That's how I was able to get a lot of the dies and stuff like that so that I could come back and teach more. Initially, I buy everything for my channel with my own funds anyway. And so since I was already doing it and people were going over there buying, I decided if I'm going to do videos for Accuquilt, they could at least give me a kickback for people that purchase. So anytime any of you all purchase from Accuquilt, I really would appreciate if you would go in and use any of my links. I have a lot of Accuquilt dies. Because when I do get it, I tend to go back and buy other stuff, other Accuquilt dies. I try to keep the system flipping on itself. So we did quite a few things with Accuquilt dies since COVID. So, and I do my regular cutting with it too. I even cut part of my most of my 4-star general. It was only one piece that I couldn't cut, one or two pieces I couldn't cut. And yeah, I actually love die cutting. It's faster for me. I got so much fabric, I'm not worried about wasting much. And then most of my quilts are scraps quilts anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Most quilt pattern is going to have you buy a little bit extra fabric too. So especially when they're trying to get you to the next quarter of a yard or whatever, so you can purchase fabric. So, I took these apart. I got to make sure I put them back in the right pairs. That's what happens when I'm talking and sewing at the same time. Lena, oh, okay, yes. And yes, I did, fellas. I cut the batting and the fabric at the same time. I put the batting face up to the wrong side of the fabric, just like I would if I was doing a quilt. And then I think I cut 4 layers. I don't know if I cut 4 layers or 2 at a time, but I may have cut 4 layers at a time. And I also use probably the Go Big or my studio. So I can't remember which one I cut on. May was a long time ago. But I do have the Go Big and the Studio cutting system. I have all the cutting systems right now. Eventually, I will be probably getting rid of some of them. Especially, I know I'm not going to keep the Go. I'll probably be selling the Go once I do some videos. Okay. These two are together. So are those two. And I think we're going to the third dart on these. I'm working on 3 at a time right now. Just doing darts because I figured I could do that before I had to get off the live. And this one. Hey Sheila D saying hello everyone from rainy Temecula, California. Okay, I understand. Thank you. Yes, I just have a link. Like I don't have it on my website to sell because they do all the shipping from Accuquilt. So I don't have their products. Which is great that I don't have to buy the stuff because I'd have a surplus of stuff then. Like I have to stock my I stock the wood press sets, that kind of stuff. Uh, the sewing machine lights, the strip sticks. Um, what else do I stock? Um, of course, African fabrics. It's something else I stock. I forgot. This is black one. I want to make sure they're still in a row together. So when I get through, I just cut them apart and leave the 2 pieces that go together. So I don't ever have to worry about sewing the wrong bowl pieces together. Not that it would matter, but I'm trying to make them match, you know. Trying to make them match. Who else is here? Hey Beverly Johnson. And Sheila says, just found out Accuquilt now has the bow die for my Go. Yes. And a lot of people, somebody mentioned that when I was in here Saturday sewing on some of these, that they mentioned that Accuquilt has that. And I didn't even know that they had made a smaller one. But I'm telling you, this size here, and if they make it slightly smaller, will still fit your regular soup or cereal bowl. I feel like my hair is flying on my face. And I don't even have my fan up that high today. All right, I think I got to do this first one and I'll have all the darts sewed. Yep, that's exactly what I got to do. And then the darts are all done on this one. Just double checking and leave them together. All right. Hey, Joe Carmel. Saying, hey, Miss T and fellow quilters, I'm late, but I made it, laughing out loud. Yep. And Mona says she has to go big. Yeah. So if you have to go big, you can get the bigger bowl die. And if you got the Go, you can get the new die that they just came out with. And I'm hoping, you know, with Black Friday coming, they've been having some specials here lately. But I'm hoping that, like, you know, Black Friday's coming up, that they're going to have bigger sales for people. So if you are wanting it and you're not planning to make a whole lot of them for Christmas this year, I would try to wait until the Black Friday sale, or just, sign up for their email list. And then, you can, I'm going to stop here because I've already clipped these apart and I should not have, when I just need to keep them together for right now. But yeah, and also for people that are new here, on Saturday I talked about the fact that I've changed how I make the bowls according to everybody else on YouTube and the instructions, and I guess I'll make a video for that. But I do my darts first. I don't sew the X. When you sew the X, I just cut it again, didn't I? I just don't want to do right while I'm talking. I'm gonna cut this off because we're done. I sew my darts to my batting first. I don't sew the X. And then I go ahead and sew my two pieces right sides together, leave an opening to turn, matching up my darts and my corners, of course. I pin, sew around, leave an opening, and then I flip it right side out. And then I close my opening by stitching around the outer edge. And then I sew my X. And I only got to sew the X one time. And you don't end up with a bag bowl. One of the steps that I was adding when I was doing it their way was that I had to sew like a 1/2 inch each side of the center X. I would try to match it up using pins to make sure I was stitching on top of the same threads, and I'm like, doing it this way, I have eliminated the headache of having this bowl that just flops out when it goes in the wash. It'll always stay together now that I'm just sewing the X, and then I'm saving a sewing step, technically two, because I'm only sewing the X one time. So you've got to sew the X 2 lines both times. So I'm actually saving 2 lines of stitching on the X. And my bowl is like a quilt now. It's not this big old bag of something that comes apart when it's washed. So I do like that part. So I have changed it up. Don saying the cozy dye was very popular, and Blue Rain Dyes from Australia was selling them. So think one reason Go came out with one to fit. Okay, and I haven't been over to their site because I have some of their dyes and I haven't really used them yet. So I do have something that I had cut background pieces, but I got to cut the prints to go with it. So I do need to do that because I wanted to test before I bought more of their dyes. Their shipping can be expensive if you're only buying one dye, but I found that I can get I'm one of those people that I test everything. I'm such a numbers person. I put the second dye in the cart and then I go back to see if I'm going to check out. And I don't even care if I'm buying the dyes. I just put dyes in the cart, okay, that are about the same size of stuff that I would think I would be buying. And so I put the dyes in the cart and then I go act like I'm going to check out to see what the shipping's going to be. And then the shipping is the same. So then I go back in there, I put the third dye in there and I go check out and the shipping is the same sometimes. And then I go back and I put the fourth dye in there and then that's what shipping jumps. And then I go, okay, so we buying 3 dyes. And so that's kind of how I do, foreign sites like that. I just go and see where the price point is or the weight point is where it's going to change what I'm paying in shipping. Joe says, I just got the 1.5 inch strip die using your link. Can't wait to use it for a project. So that's cool. Well, thank you, ma'am, for using the link. I remember one day they came out with a 30% off of your order. And that was the best thing I saw. And then like a couple days later, it was like 10% off your order. So, Accuquilt, the stuff changes every day. And especially when they're doing the television, I'm saying television, Facebook, YouTube things, they have specials that are going on in there. And you can still come use my link. Just go to YouTube, click on the link in my video description. Any video description, doesn't have to be an Accuquilt video, and then you go over there and you still get all the same credits. You can still use whatever codes they told you to use. If you have, they keep reward points for you as well. If you're a frequent buyer, then you get to use your reward points to take more money off your future orders and stuff like that. So you still get to use everything and get to use all the discount codes. And if you're new signing up to their site, you can also sign up for their email and they'll give you a code to get 10% off your order as well. So if you've never ordered from Accuquilt online, you just wait till the Black Friday sale, and then if they don't give you another code to put in there, then you can also use that code, because sometimes they'll mark stuff down without a code. Other times you have to have a code, but you can only use one code. They have stopped that, where you used to could use all of it. And Joe Cormel says she got it when it was at the 30%. Yeah. And so I'm just interested in seeing what Accuquilt has changed hands this year. So I'm kind of waiting around to see what they're going to do with the Black Friday sales. And I got plenty of dyes around here. Like I said, I needed to have sewn these ever since May. So it's not like I'm not doing anything Accuquilt. And then all of my traditional piecing, I'm using Accuquilt anyway. So I just haven't been saying a whole lot about it because y'all know how I am. I don't like recommending products and companies until I know that I've dealt with them. So I'm doing this wait and see kind of thing. I'm just seeing what they're doing. I'm not really watching a whole lot of their live presentations right now. Just trying to chill. Personally, I don't like their live presentations, if I can say that. And it's because they're so sales oriented instead of more teaching oriented. If it was more teaching oriented, I think I would like it a lot better. But they're constantly doing the big sale thing. And it's like, you have to realize that people can't buy a new die cutting system and then buy the average person. There are a couple of people and that are able to go and spend like $3,000 at one time on all the Accuquilt products that they want. But most people can't do that, especially when you're buying the Go Big die cutting system, and then you're going to get the bundle, whatever they're showing in their sales thing. And then they go from there and show you like 10 other things that you just got to have, must have. And I don't like, uh, that's how they teach you how to sell items, but I don't like it, and so it doesn't make me want to buy items. If you understand what I mean. I'm one of those people. I know exactly what you're doing. I know you've been trained to do this. It's kind of like going to buy a car. They got them teaching that same way, instead of them just showing you a product, showing you how it works, and then letting you decide just from you showing that product. If somebody wants it, they will buy it. You don't have to like push it down their throat. And I don't like the push down the throat type sales tactics. Just me. So I stopped watching their videos. That's why I didn't know that the Go had come out with the bow cozy. I didn't know that because I had stopped watching. I have stopped watching since early this year. And Mona's got a ad where they had 50% off with free shipping at Christmas or right after. Yeah, that was last year, and that's why I'm trying to wait to see what they're going to do with the sales for Accuquilt, because they normally have you get your best sales on Accuquilt between Good Friday and Christmas, or slightly after Christmas. You tend to get your best sale deals with Accuquilt. So we'll see if that still works. So yeah. And I think that's it, guys. We're like 10 minutes over, or just about. We're 8 minutes over. So we're going to go ahead and end here. And I'll be back on Saturday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time for the 2-hour live sewing chat. I just had a kind of a mix of things I needed to discuss here today, and mixed things to do. So I'll be sitting here now finishing the binding. I put the binding on the front as far as I could on my long arm. So now I got to connect the ends and then sew that little hole and flip it to the back and sew that. And so I can take it to my customer tomorrow. So um, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. So I will see you all Saturday night, and you all stay blessed, be safe, and quilt out, everybody. Bye-bye. And my brother says, good night, everyone.